Hello, everybody. How's it going? I was thinking that there's so much going on, So it's the spring equinox today. Well, yesterday, really, it started. What I'm going to do is, so the equinox kind of marks like a new year, like astrologically. It starts in Aries. So that's where we're at the moment is in the brand new year. And so, there's quite a few things that could be happening here. You know, um, we might be getting a lot of like cool ideas. The veil is very thin right now with the eclipses happening. There's a lot of fear type. I don't know. I'm gonna call it propaganda about it. So don't be careful about that. Be careful about believing everything that you hear and just stay focused on what. Be careful about that. Whoops. Hi, Erica. I just turned on my chat. So, yeah, we're gonna do like a happy new year kind of like a prediction thing. What I'm doing is talking with the Akashic records, because I feel like with something this big happening with the planets, I kind of feel like, I want to see what the Akashic is telling me, right? So that's why I'm going to ask. We're going to ask for Aries first. And I'll let you guys, I don't know if I'm going to do all 12 at once or if I'm going to do 6 and 6. I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. So welcome to my channel. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing and subscribing and all of that stuff. We're going to start with Aries at 2:44. Okay, so since this is all happening with you, Aries, this would be happening in your first house, right? House of self. So all of it could be really moving you personally. So let's ask Spirit. Spirit, there we go. The Akashic Library. This is this is about heightened intuition. It's about self-creation. It's a conscious effort to I can't even read my own writing. It could be about publishing or writing a book. It could be like Spirit is giving you the pen. Like this is like a crossroads in your life. What do you want it to look like now? Like the eclipse is kind of like close out cycles. And the equinox brings in brand new beginnings. So I feel like Aries, what they're telling me is you've got a couple of you have the opportunity to kind of like rewrite your story. What do you want it to look like? I feel like it's important to tell you not to get involved or pulled in to emotional drama right now. They're telling me that what you're here to do is to touch the world with your light, and maybe even lead the way for love. Lead the way in love, like leading with love. So maybe that's part of your new venture. So you might ask yourself, what can I do to help myself right now, right? What do you want your story to look like, Aries? Because what I feel like it's saying is that for this whole year for you, I feel like, you kind of get to start your own beginning and decide what it looks like, is what I feel like. I feel like you're going to have a lot of new opportunities. Right. Yeah. I feel like maybe some of you are like trying new things, going new places. I feel like travel, a lot of travel coming in. This is a period of expansion as well for you. You know what I mean? Like it begins now with the spring, you know, like it's like when you go outside, you know, in the springtime, like you go outside and you see like the green trying to come through, like the little buds coming in. And as spring rolls on, it gets greener and greener and greener, right? Well, that's all about heart. Green is the heart. So I feel like there's a lot of like heart activating energy going on. I feel like there's a lot of honesty too about yourself. I feel like you maybe some of you don't really understand how powerful you are or how much spirit relies on you or has like a plan for you. You know what I mean? Like to raise the vibration. I feel like spirit is what they're telling me here is like you have something about you that's making your mark on the world. You know what I mean? Um, it's doing something. Like I don't know if it's this book up here, you know, that you're writing, or if you're just like simply like getting a pen and manifesting what you want on paper. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. But I feel like, you know, it could be either one of those. I feel like if it's about writing a book, Aries, I feel like it's going to be something about a transformation that has happened to you, your spiritual experience. Yeah, there could be some children, something to do with children here. So if you're like older and you have like children that you've been fighting with, I feel like something's working out there. Or it could be talking about like someone, a child in your life has a big change coming in. It also could be talking about childhood wounding too. Like maybe you're seeing something different. But I think that maybe what you're doing is kind of like exploring. I feel like that's what you want to do is explore. And I feel like you're kind of going further than you've ever gone before. Like you're expanding, you're learning more. Maybe you're traveling abroad, right? You might actually get interested in something that you've never been interested in before as well. You know, maybe it's something that you like doing as a child. Um, so you might be doing more of that. But I kind of feel like the major arcanas here are telling me basically like there's this Akashic library card, which is about writing a book, heightened intuition, making a conscious effort to like make your life what you want it to be. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, like writing it down on paper. So Spirit, can you give me some advice for Aries going through this energy? It looks really beautiful. Yeah, so Raphael's here. He's actually a miracle worker, so I'm wondering if you guys have a miracle coming. This guy brings in the energy of love, family, miracles, healing, and blessed journeys. This could be somebody that comes to you as a human being too. You know, this is the person who could be like, maybe it's even you working with Raphael, right? Maybe you're helping other people open their heart chakra, because I kind of feel like I see this too. Um, at any rate, at the very smallest, I feel like there's a big miracle coming in that you didn't see coming. And, you know, you can reach out to that guy, Raphael, ask for his help. Also, like, I feel like your joy is increasing. Like you're starting to get more excited about life and maybe seeing things through a child's eyes. That's the second time I've seen that message here. You've got two cards that are talking about that. You know, like in this one, there's that little baby seeing all those little fairies around her. You know, we have to be in a childlike state or in that completely open energy, right? Like a child to be able to see other realms. And I feel like, you know, that could be a very cool gift coming in. Um, some of you might be singers and have a big hit, right? But it's really about actually just enjoying your life, enjoying each moment. And I feel like maybe that's what you're doing. And like you're just taking one day at a time and exploring and expanding and growing and trying new things. So, what's the outcome here for these guys? Balance, Queen of Forces, understanding your power. The Queen of Forces, I love this one because she's totally balanced here. You know what I mean? She's balanced between dark and light. She accepts all of herself, like the shadow and the light. Like we're both. We live here. It's duality, right? That's what we came here to. That's what we came here to experience. So the Queen of Forces is also about like understanding their confidence and their beauty and their power. So I feel like that's kind of what it's saying. Like these eclipses, this new year is kind of like a brand new thing for you. And I think since the first card that came out is the Akashic Library, I'm saying like, well, what do you want it to look like? You know, write it all down. This is the time, you know. We've got the first eclipse lunar coming on the 25th. So 5 days away. We're in the energy now. So let's go on to Leo. Kind of doing this weird today. 12:32. I'm going to do fire signs first. So Leo is next. Angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, and all that is. Okay, so you got an archangel too. Archangel Michael. So it looks like some of you have some kind of new gifts coming in, or you might be like introduced to a new ascended master in your life. Like you might just feel this as it's a logical energy. So you could be working with an ascended master called Hilarion. You could be researching things, right? Paying attention to details. This could be about law, medical, or spirit. Hilarion is the ascended master of research, science, and truth, and healing and logic. And all of that kind of makes sense too, doesn't it? Because we have Pluto hanging out in Aquarius, which is all about science and technology, you know. Okay. All right, so there's something here I think that's come, you know, like maybe you're letting go of with the eclipse. It's some kind of karmic contract that you've been in, you know, because I feel like, you know, it seems like you've been in it for a while. It could be about a person, right? It could be about a person that might not change and they're selfish, right? And you're asking yourself, have I stayed in this energy too long, right? So you might be actually dealing with maybe letting go of some people in your life, you know, because you're realizing like, dang, I don't know if this is ever going to change, right? So the Archangel Michael brings in the energy saying like, trust yourself and go for it. Underneath of that is the Akashic field, which is the Ace of Wands. This is about a new cool idea. This is about spirit, like giving you cool ideas about yourself. And I feel like it's really important. You've got the Archangel Michael, which is about strength, right? But you've also got this willow tree, which is about a time of peace. It's about having a strong foundation. It's about being confident and standing in your truth. So I feel like that's coming in for sure. And you are working with the Archangel Michael as well as Hilarion, which is an ascended master. So you might want to keep those two names in your head and think about that. But I do feel like what's happening here in the center here is that there's someone in your life and they've been in there in your life for a while, and you're saying to yourself like, God, I don't think this is ever going to change. Like, I'm tired of this cycle, right? No matter what I do, this person is still not going to change. They're still selfish. And then at the bottom is the King of Forces, which is the King of Wands. So this is about like actually, owning your power. The King of Forces, owning your power and knowing that there is nothing you can't do. So if you want to cut this person out, which is what I feel like is the major theme for the year, because it's in the center, right? And so I feel like, yeah, I'm doing fire and then earth and then air and then water. Okay, so in this Hilarion card, right? So you're researching something, right? The Queen of Keys comes out. I feel like this is kind of like a place where you could either start making money off of something, or you could just understand your value here. Because I feel like you've been in a situation, Leo, where maybe you didn't, right? You didn't feel your value. You were kind of like stuck in this karmic trance. You see that when somebody's totally like admiring themselves, and like it's called views of the ego. So it's about dealing with someone like that. You've been in a karmic cycle with them. But that's what's cool about the eclipse, especially the first one, because it's in Libra, it's lunar, and it's also the south node is in Libra as well. So what that means is that south node is stuff we're walking away from, like it's our past. We're walking away from it. I feel like you're walking away from somebody or some people, right? You're figuring out like some people just don't even see my value. And when we're around people that don't see our value, it's hard for us to see our own. And so I feel like maybe that's what's going on, is you're like realizing that and and just walking away. There's a lot of things that are going to close out with this March 25th thing with the South Node, and that's past life stuff. It's karmic contracts done. And what's happening because of it, like at the end of the day, is you're confident, you're powerful, you know your value, and now you get to set your own course. Like, where do you want to go? Spirit is like all backing you, just saying like, what do you want? Go for it. You could be traveling, relocating, going on a trip. This has got somebody here with a boat. But what it's saying is like, this is an opportunity that's going to lead to limitless opportunities for you, So if you're being called to move or something like that, I feel like, broaden your horizons, go a little further, go a little different direction, because you've been in the same kind of cycle here for a while. But I feel like brand new stuff coming in, Ace of Wands, Two of Wands. So you're like moving in a momentum here. All starting out with this Michael card, right? So bottom of the deck, it's like clearing the way, right? So what's in your way here is this karmic bullshit from the past. So I don't know who this is or what it is, but it's a cycle you've been in for a long time, and it's kept you from growing. It's kept you from moving forward, Okay, let's see. Spirit, give me some advice for Leo. Okay. So this is going to be, here's what Spirit's advice is. So this is going to be challenging because this has been in your way for a long time. It might be hard to let go of. It might be hard to move. It might be hard, right? It might be hard to keep your balance. But you can do it. You can do it. Use your logic. Use your knowing. King of Scrolls, which is the king of swords. It's like, you know how much you know. You know what I mean? Like, King of Scrolls is all about intelligence. It's all about logic. It's all about honesty, you know? So here you are, and it's saying, like, this is going to be hard to, like, cut this out of your life. It is. Saying goodbye to anything is hard, right? It just is. Even if it's hurtful, it's still hard to walk away. But you can do it. It's telling me you can. It's going to feel like you can't. It is. But trust me, Spirit is saying you can. So just tap into that inner knowing, the stuff that you know, your life experiences, your spiritual experiences, your messages from Spirit. That's another thing that's happening with these eclipses. The veil is very thin right now. What are you guys doing? Are you meditating? Man, I've been trying to carve out like 10 minutes at a time to just focus on clearing my head. You know what I mean? Like not thinking, focusing on breath. Man, I can't believe all the stuff that's coming in. So pay attention, because I feel like there could be some of you also that are maybe getting new spiritual gifts, such as maybe mediumship, understanding also that there's no gap. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, don't you feel separated? Sometimes, like we do, because we're living in a duality world with dark and light, right? But there really is no separation, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like when we lose someone, or let's say you feel like you have a twin flame relationship, or something like that, right? And we feel like, oh my God, I'm not with this person. But the thing is like that soul never dies. And so it's up to the human to like remember that we're also spirit. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of that energy coming in over the next couple of months. So do what you can to like tap in, you guys. Just be ready, be prepared, ask for it, you know? Like, I want to hear you. You're working with Archangel Michael. And this card says, trust yourself and go for it, because you have those big, huge wings. Um, 23. All right. Sagittarius is next. Angel, spirits, and guides. Talk to me about Sag. What's coming in for Sag for this new year, astrology-wise? Tell me what's coming in. What's written in the Akashic? Okay. So you have some kind of challenge coming in, but it's basically, it is a meditation that's going to probably get you through it. Like, prepare for it. Like, this is about going inside, finding your power and purpose within you. You could feel stuck as well, but you're not. You're just preparing for the next step. So I know it feels like scary with this card, right? It feels like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my balance. I'm going to fall. That boat's on fire, you know? It's called the Lookout, and it's a card of challenge, right? But what I see here is another card of balance right over here with the Seven of Forces. So there's something happening here. Divine Physician. So I feel like, I don't know if you're the healer, if you're getting healing gifts, and this could propose a challenge, right? But there's a big healing for you. So it says that the light of healing is all around you, and it shines through you. This radiant joy brings healing to all. This person is healing someone from quite a distance with his hands. The divine physician. You've got 3 major arcanas already. There's that one. So, you know, this might be what's tricky. Like, it might be a challenge, but you are a healer. You know what I mean? Quite a few major arcana for you, Sagittarius. I feel like this is a new thing. I think you're going to get this message about your healing, maybe in a dream or something, or a vision. Maybe while you're talking to your higher self. You're just getting a lot of information. There could be somebody here that wants to write a book. I think you should. But it's kind of like a starting point. Like, you're at a new starting point, and I feel like you can write the story from here. I feel like you have a lot of resources at your leisure right here, during this time, like while you're understanding all this, right? So you're preparing for something new. You're understanding a new gift. You're finding balance in your life. And I feel like there's a whole bunch of cool ideas coming in. So this could be about writing a book or a song or something like that. You know, just take what resonates there. Maybe you're getting it in the Buddha prepares when you're like meditating, you know. But huge, cool ideas. 2 cards kind of telling me that. I feel like some of you could be traveling somewhere. And just so you know, it's like right on time. This is like a divinely timed situation whenever you go on this trip. I also feel like you're understanding your value in the universe. You know, there's a lot going on for you, Sagittarius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9 cards are major. So that means that this is really a big time for you. A lot going on, a lot changing. First of all, I think the most coolest part here is like the divine physician, because this could either be about you having a major healing or you being the healer, you know. A lot of big heightened intuition energy here about what to do, about ideas, right? It's taking you somewhere new. Okay, so give me some advice for Sagittarius spirit. Okay. So remember, I was just talking about the duality. This is what this is called. It's called 2 worlds. What the outer world demands of you versus what spirit is guiding you to do. So you've got a lot of incoming intuitive hits, but there's part of you, I don't know, that might be wondering or questioning the messages, right? But you also see how the two come together. I feel like that's what's happening. Like, you realize you have a choice. You can see the dark and the light, but be huge success coming in here. So whatever you're doing here with this Akashic. Okay, so with the Akashic, it comes with a lot of messages. It could be about writing a book or being inspired to do that. Maybe it's something you've wanted to do. It's in the center of your reading. So I think it's really important to like really talk about it for a minute, because it's about something that you've wanted to do. It's also about like self-creation. What do you want your life to look like, you know? It says, write one thing down that you can do and do it. One thing toward a goal, right? I also feel like Akashic records, like, so we're at this end of this karmic cycle. We're saying goodbye to old things, with the North Node and the eclipse going together. I mean, the South Node and the eclipse on the 25th. Huge karmic release, end of story. That could be fearful for some people. Like it's hard to let go of people, places, things, right? But I don't know. I feel like really sometimes when I look at this Akashic library, I feel like it's saying Spirit's giving you the pen and saying, like, okay, so this cycle's closed out. World card, right? Fool card's next. And the soul is saying, like, well, you want to plan the next thing? Human? Here's the pen. Write it down. Let's make it happen. So kind of like being the master and the writer of your own destiny. I wonder where all this is going to take you, because you're just spiritually I see something beautiful happening here. And you're trying to figure out possibly, like, how do I manage being a spiritual being in this 3D world? And that's what we all ask, right? I don't know. All right, let's look at Taurus now. So I'm going to earth signs now. I'm sorry, you guys. I heard somebody say Scorpio. Should we do water? Nah, let's just go in order. Taurus, 32, 30, 32, 20. All right. I just did a channeled message on my members only channel, you guys. It's pretty good too. Definitely involving the eclipse. Okay, Taurus, angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended master. Let's talk about Taurus. Okay. So it looks like something maybe was, I don't know, lost. And I feel like you lost something and it's kind of been making you stuck. You're kind of like focusing on something that you lost. Yeah, and I feel like you're having an inner struggle with like letting it go. I feel like some of you could be traveling. Maybe going, to another country even. Yeah. So Taurus, maybe you're just focusing on your money right now. I feel like there's a lot of money stuff here. Well, why wouldn't there be, Taurus? Right? So it looks like you lost something. I think it did like hurt your heart a lot, and it's kind of been in your road. I feel like it's kind of time for you to like broaden your horizons. So maybe you're going on a trip. I feel like you've been working on something here in the center and building a reputation. You're becoming a master at something, right? Whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you work at. Spirit is asking you to share those gifts publicly, whatever that means for you. Now, I don't know, but I almost feel like there's a love situation here. Because it's about like a commitment. You could meet somebody on the trip. Like if you're traveling, there could be a new love here on this trip, a new beginning, right? You could meet them at work. Here's the thing, like, I feel like this is kind of a crazy reading, Taurus. Like, you're all over the place here. Do you feel like that? Because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling frustrated and hot just reading these cards. I have to take off. I left and went somewhere today, and I still have my little jacket on. I'm just sweating for some reason. I don't know if that's you guys' energy, but I kind of feel like, you're almost like, I don't worried about something, or you're fighting with yourself or something like that. You're not hearing yourself at all. Your higher self is trying to knock at the door and you're busy. You see, I feel like you're focused on your pentacles and love, really. I mean, that's pretty much all that's here is love and money. And it seems to me like you lost some money, or someone stole something from you, or you feel like they did. And that's why you're working so hard. But the thing is that you're trying, Spirit is trying to contact you. You know what I mean? And you're not listening. And I don't know why. You know what I mean? I feel like what you're doing is you're working on, I think when this love thing left, I think you just turned all of your attention to money, which would make sense. I mean, Venus, right? Venus is the ruler of love and money. So if you can't have the love, you start focusing on money and you just get really good at something. So that's really good. But I just feel like there's this inner struggle inside of you, and I don't know why. What you're working on now is kind of like trying to be, rich, is what it looks like. But Spirit is trying to get you to pay attention, and you're not. So, and then you got this war here, War of the Roses. This between, really, just because of the colors of the flags, it's kind of like soul and human. You know what I mean? Like soul is like knocking on your door, and you're like, I'm busy mastering my craft, But all the while, this is in your way. You see why it's so confusing? Because it's in your way. Like you're trying to move forward, but you can't with this log in the way. Let's clarify that log. I just don't know what's going on here. And I don't know why you're not listening to your higher self, right? So let's ask, what's in the way? What's in the way in the Four of Keys? That's a Four of Pentacles. I'm wondering if someone stole an idea from you or something. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like you got a message about how to do something. Remember this card, like something's lost. Or someone broke in, stole all your shit, and kind of just threw you off your balance. Tell me what your higher self wants to tell you. What does your higher self want to know? That there's a transformation. Yeah, alchemy. So your higher self's been watching what's going on, and there's a big change coming in. And it's inside of you, the way you see things, the way you feel about things. Tell me what the war is about between the higher self and Taurus. It's about money. It's about freaking money, isn't it? And commitment. So you have something definitely happening with money and love, family, right? So maybe, I don't know what happened. Let me ask what happened in the two. Tell me what happened with this treasure card. The truth came out. Okay. The truth came out. And I think it looks like you lost something, but I think it was to stimulate growth in you, because what it's saying is like renewal and spark, like something's going to change there. I know you've been feeling really bad about it, but I feel like there's truth coming out. I feel like you're being put onto your north node. It's kind of like what I was saying about the the eclipses, right? So the south node, you're leaving stuff behind, and I think what you're leaving behind is what's ever in your road here, this stuff that you feel regret about. It could be about love. Um, so the way through this, I'm still stumbling. Hello, Mercury retrograde. Let's just acknowledge it. Mercury is in the shadow of the retrograde, so I'm having a hard time finding my words for some reason. What I feel like needs to happen with this War of the Roses, it's kind of like a discrepancy between you and your higher self. And I feel like the answer is to surrender. So um, I think that's kind of the answer there. Man, Spirit, what's that? What is the outcome here for these guys, Taurus? The Oracle of Delphi. You see, you are being put on the North. The Scribe. Are you a writer, Taurus? A singer, a songwriter, something? Okay, so the outcome, what's happening is you're so stuck in 3D stuff, and that's why it looks so wonky. It's because spirit is like saying like, hey, there's a change, there's something different. You gotta, like, we're walking away from the south node in Libra, right? And we're going toward the north node, which is now in Aries. That doesn't mean that's yours, but it means like it's more self-aware, right? And I think what the north node, which would be the April 8th eclipse, would be telling you is that you are the oracle. Like you're more than money. You're more than anything in the 3D. You have this huge, beautiful soul, and you have a connection with source energy and an ability to like tap into that, especially now. Veil's thin. You might see images or have feelings, and you're unsure how to interpret it. That could be part of it too. Like you're kind of scared. Like, what do I do with this? Like, what do I say? Hi, free will. You're not, yeah. So basically, what path you're being shown with this eclipse thing is it's about your intuition, and it's about sharing it with other people. It's about sharing your light and sharing your messages, because I see you getting them. You see, right up here when I'm asking like what's in your way, it's really like, you want to know what I think sometimes when spirit tells us we're a channel, or they say, like, you hear the message, you're the oracle. Here's what happens. You feel like you're not worthy. Am I really worthy? I'm like, I've done a lot of really shitty stuff in my life, right? Spirit is telling me right here that they've been watching you, right? They've been with you the whole time. And there's just a big transformation, a shift in your where you're headed. Like you've been so stuck in the 3D, and the 5D, your higher self, the angels, spirit guides, all of them you know, trying to get a hold of you, because they want to tell you the truth, like how much they love you, how much you are worth to them. and where you're going to go next. And where you're going next is understanding that you're the oracle. So you're going to have more psychic powers. What are you going to do? You're going to deliver messages. So don't let self-doubt and anxiety about what you think about yourself, like what your human has been feeding you, you know what I mean, or your mind, right? Your mind overworking, you feel like you're not worthy. How many times have we all said that to ourselves? You know, why would God choose me? Well, because he chooses everyone. You know, we're all here for a reason. So Taurus, I feel like there's big changes coming here for you. Remember, like, setting your course. Like, this is a brand new way of being, right? I hope that made sense, Taurus. I know that sounded crazy. Yeah, me too. Good one, clean water. I'm going to have a drink right now. I've been drinking a lot more water lately. I'll tell you what else I'm grateful for. I'm going to tell you guys that 45-30, I have been really sick. And I mean, I just try not to even like bring that here. But I've been pretty sick. And I didn't know what was wrong. And it kind of scared me. And I Googled it. You know what that is. Death sentence. Google something. You know? But anyway, I did decide that I was going to try honey. I was going to try using honey to cure my ailment. And I am getting better. Like, this will be day 3 of the honey. Like a giant tablespoon of honey. I eat it like 3 times a day. And I'm feeling a lot better. You know, honey is a cure for so many things. So, FYI, research the honey, people. And so I'm just really grateful for our bees. I can't wait for them to come back out. I think those big, huge, fat bumblebees are my favorite thing about summer. Virgo. Angels, spirits, and guides. Let's see what's going on for Virgo's new beginning. This is the new year. The Akashic Library. That is like, I think that's come out 3 times. Virgo is at, let's see, Taurus is 32-20. Virgo is at 45-30. Definitely taking a long time on these, aren't I? Okay, so you got a chance to rewrite your story right here with the Akashic Library, or again, it could be about publishing a book that you've been working on, right? Spring is here, so maybe it's coming like now, like maybe that's the first message, right? And then Uriel and the Sphinx. Uriel is he's a ascended master. No, he's not. I always say that. He's not an ascended master. He's a archangel. So this one says it's time to dig your truth and clear out old beliefs. So this would be again related to that eclipse that's coming up in 5 days, you know, and it's also with the South Node in Libra. So you guys, we're really ending karmic cycles. We really are. They're over. So don't be surprised if people just leave your life or you leave theirs. You know what I mean? Or people's, or jobs, or honey makes you nauseous. Well, I was having stomach problems, and I've used it for lots of things, but I've also had like a really bad like cough kind of thing going on, and it works for that too. And anyway, I've just been feeling a lot better, so I feel really grateful to have found that. I hate pills and pharmacies and all that shit. I watched enough of that with Paul, you know. Okay, Virgo. Well, you have 4 major arcanas, and we're going to talk about those first. So first is the rebirth card, and I really do feel like that's strongly, that's where we're at right now with this equinox. We're at the brand new beginning of a brand new year. You are being guided by an archangel. It's the fire of God, is what Uriel means. And then that Sphinx, like when you think about the Sphinx over there in Egypt, and how it was pretty much covered with sand for a long time. I mean, they like swept away little tiny bit at a time to try and finally uncover what that really was, right? They didn't know. I mean, for a long time, they only knew about the head. But when they kept going, what they found out is about the lion part of that Sphinx, right? So it took time, it took careful effort. You had to be really careful about sweeping, sweeping, sweeping. But once you do this, there's a brand new you that's right here. And then I feel like it's your move. Like you get to decide. I mean, the Akashic Library is here. Now, in between this, making your decision, like it's your move. What way do you want to go? In between that is this add some card. And I love this fucking card. I'm going to show it to you really close so you can see all of those people in the background. I mean, you see an angel with that girl, and the angel's showing her what to read, right? She's also got like in behind her, she's got like maybe a grandma, and maybe behind that grandma there is like maybe an ancestor that you didn't even know. Maybe you have a picture of this person. There's also tiny beings like fairies and nymphs and that kind of thing. This card says you're arriving to your goals, and no matter what happens, you're surrounded by spirit in all forms. I love that card. It's also about like maybe getting connection, maybe having visions, mediumship, that kind of thing. And I think that those are all coming out right now because the veil is very thin. We could be having it now. I mean, I started having really kind of cool shit coming in like about a week ago. Like, and it's a constant kind of feeding of information, and I'm excited about it. So I feel like a lot of people, and this is in the center of your read, so pay attention to those. I feel like you have a gift, Virgo, and it's being illuminated to you now. I feel like you've been on a path of maybe self-discovery, but it seems like a long trek. Like you've had to go slow, steady pace, be careful, and you met where you're going to go, kind of like what I was saying about the karmic cycles ending, new one beginning, right? So this is about ascension. And the card says when you apply yourself, you can do anything. This could be about a promotion at work, and it's because you earned it. Like, no matter what this card is about, like, you worked for this. You worked for this vantage point. I mean, he's at the top of a mountain here. I mean, do you think that was easy? No, I don't think it was. It could have been fun, but I bet it was scary, right? I feel like whatever you're writing in your Akashic, like your story, like this is what I want my life to look like now. I feel like it's taking you somewhere new. Like there's a brand new beginning here. I don't, I mean, it seems to me like it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to work out, right? So it could be about a vacation, but this really looks more like really uncovering some things about yourself that you didn't know. Um, like more awareness, more awakenedness, right? Okay. So let's see. I actually really love this message. Give me some advice for Virgo for this year. Okay, so you've got Archangel Michael here, and he's saying like your energy right for this year is going to reflect the strength of this Archangel Michael. I feel like you could be like very attractive to people. They're going to want to be around you because they see the glow. So whatever you're doing, because where that fell was right there under the the on track card, right? No matter what you want to do or where you want to go or what you want to write in your new story for your new beginning, like, trust yourself and just do it. Just go for it, wherever you want to go. This could be about traveling. It could be about relocation. You are going to have to leave something behind. And it could feel like, you're losing out, but I don't think you are. So clarify that for me, please. Yeah. So I feel like there's a little bit of fear about this growth, about these things that you're finding out. It could even be like, you know, 50 years ago or 60, when people would get premonitions or like visions or whatever, a lot of times they ended up in mental institutions and given a label of schizophrenia or whatever. And I feel like some people still feel that way. I hope you don't. But I do see like you might have some kind of fear. So, just rely on this energy because you're so strong. Don't let that human being fear keep you from moving forward. Also, I feel like there's an increase in abundance here, like about money. That could be whatever you're doing, like in your spare time. This guy is like an artist, right? So there could be more money coming in this year is what I'm feeling. But you definitely have a pretty cool new beginning, Capricorn. 57, 2. All right, Capricorn. Let's do Capricorn. Okay. Oops. That spring card has come out in almost every reading. Like it's saying, like, it's like a sign of hope. It's like a sign of new beginnings and beauty and tapping into the mother nature, right? Okay. I feel like you're going to be asked to do something and you might not want to do it, or you might be scared. You don't know what to do. It's kind of like one of those things where your soul is saying, like, get in. It's the balloon card, right? Will you get in this balloon with me, your soul says. And you said, I don't know how to land the balloon, soul. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get in the balloon with you. And the soul says, I know how. I know how to drive it. I know where we're going. I know how to land it. Just get in. I think you're going to be coming up on a decision like that. Like it's going to be something and you're not really knowing what you want to do with it. Right before that, I feel like there's this initiation on the Count Saint Germain. This is Ascended Master. He's the Ascended Master and works with the violet flame. He's about transmuting energy. It's in the center of your reading. So I feel like Capricorn, you could be getting a lot of messages from this Ascended Master. Like there is some kind of thing that you need to do because I feel like you are making a mark in the world, and I feel like there's some of you who might say, I'm scared. But this is saying like, this is a chance of a lifetime, and don't give up on yourself. Don't do it. Don't not do it because you're scared. It's all about this. This is an unknown thing. Like, what is it? I don't know. It just says it's about going somewhere with your soul, and you're saying like, I don't know about that soul. And your soul is going like, come on, do you trust me or don't you? Well, do you? Right? And so I feel like there's this sands of time is saying like, this is an opportunity you don't want to miss. I feel like The initiation and the Count Saint Germain, it's saying that you're moving into a higher realization of your power, of insight and achievement. You're losing low vibe jobs, relationships, or activities. Like when you start to transmute energy and you want a different, you want to be, more powerful, you want to be more connected with all that is, there's just people, places, and things that gotta go. And that's where this balloon comes in, and your spirit, your higher self is going like, dude, trust me or not, you know. So I feel like there's, what might have to be given up is, it could be a love situation. It could be somebody, that you love, but it's somebody that's really selfish and really like in their human, right? This card is telling me that this person is probably not going to change. And I think that's might be one of the things that you're going to have to let go of here. It could be someone that you love too. Two of Cups, like someone that came into your life on purpose, soul friend, but they're selfish. And maybe you have to leave them go. Maybe you have to step into your own power here, right? You've got the Archangel Michael here, or not Michael, but Raphael. And I feel like, he's the miracle worker, and he is the energy of love and family and healing and blessed journeys. And I don't see any journey cards here, but I do see like there's someone, I think you love them and they're selfish. And I mean, in order to like really transmute your energy, sometimes you have to get rid of people like that, because they're just not, they bring you down, they hold you back, they stop your growth, So that's what I am feeling here for you guys. This is a pretty cool, thing. Like you're leaving your mark on the world. Spirit, give me some advice for these guys. Know your value. Queen of Keys. Like understand that about yourself. That is your own energy too. And then balance is here too. So bottom of the deck is the Akashic library. So you could be, given some kind of messages about, some kind of like writing or something like that, right? Or just writing your own story. Maybe you have to write it with these people out of it, right? This person that's ego centered. I feel like they're throwing you off balance. And I mean, your soul is kind of giving you hints about that. It doesn't even have to be about a person either. It could be about what you watch on television. You know what I mean? Like stuff that lowers our vibe, anything that makes us scared, anything that like triggers like fear inside of us. No bueno. No bueno. Let's go to Gemini. 103. I wonder what, I don't know what that, all those numbers and stuff are. Leon, I don't know what you're saying there, buddy. I just don't get it. Hello. How's it going? I'm doing a Gemini astrology New Year reading right now. Okay, Gemini. Okay, so it looks to me like you're really thinking about some stuff. Maybe about the trip you've been on. It looks like what you've been working on. It looks like you're kind of in a cycle of some kind that's probably going to have to end. I feel like there's maybe messages about, I don't know if you're a healer, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I feel like some of you are ignoring your higher self here. And that's probably the biggest message here that I think you should hear. Because it's this card. And that's a card where your soul's knocking on the door and you're busy. You know, you're just too busy. At the center of your read here, which I think is pretty important, is this karmic trench. And it's like, it's talking about, like, no matter what you do, you can't get out of this cycle. Well, trust me, Gemini, it's over. The cycle is ending with the Libra eclipse. Things are going to be just taken right out of your life. I feel like you have gifts of healing. I feel like you're having a problem maybe trusting your soul 100%, because it looks to me like, you know, you've been on quite the trip here, the ascent, right? Climbing a mountain. You are definitely at the top of that mountain right now, so you've got a pretty good vantage point. But what I feel like you're looking at is maybe the past. You know, maybe you're stuck kind of in the past, as far as like spiritually goes. You know, like you're sort of stuck in a way. I feel like whatever you've been working on is going to bring some money in. Like I see you working really hard on something, uh, and I'm wondering if, like, you're ready to give up almost. Like you're going like, shit, this is never going to go anywhere. I've been working at this for however long, and Spirit is saying, like, don't give up, because your abundance is about to increase. Things are shifting, you know? Things are shifting. Trust that. Trust Spirit, you know? And trust your higher self. I feel like, I don't know, but there could be something about a healing ability that you can't hear Spirit, or you haven't been able to so far. And I feel like it's because you're stuck here. You're thinking about something from the past. Like, it's a cycle that you're in. It could be with a person, right? It could be with like a king of forces is here, and the king of scrolls is here. So it could be either an air sign or a fire sign. And maybe you've just been in this. It's been like an uphill battle the whole way. The funny thing is right next door to this is Uriel and the Sphinx, right? And so this card is about, like, it's time to dig into your truth and clear out old beliefs. So I kind of feel like directly connected to this Four of Swords or Scrolls, because this karmic trench is kind of like almost saying, like, you know, no matter what I do, I'm still in the same place. You know, this is what you're telling yourself. And with Uriel and the Sphinx, you're delicately, carefully working with an archangel, and they're showing you one small thing after another about yourself. So this says to me that he could send someone, it'll be a person, that has the same inner quest as you. And then this leads you to understanding your higher self. There's someone coming in. Spirit sending someone. It's because you're stuck in this, whatever this cycle is. You know, maybe you're in a cycle of feeling like your life sucks or something like that, because it's like underneath of it is this one. This is the one where your higher self says, get in. Get in. And you're like, no, I don't even know. I don't even know where we're going. Get in. That's all I just want to say. Just get in. I feel like this person coming in, it could be an air sign, right? This person that might be being sent by Uriel, the one that's going to open your eyes to something more about yourself, uncovering a deeper truth about you, right? I feel like this person could be a healer, Or maybe you're the healer and they're like enlightening you to that. Like you're a healer. Word and thought, belief and feeling are what heals the self. Word and thought, belief and feeling. That's what heals. You also, I feel like this card is saying like you have this energy around you that other people can see. Like you do. And I'm not sure how long or anything like that, but this is for a whole year. So I feel like over the whole year, you know, I feel like we're all being put on different timelines is what I think with the eclipses, you know. And I feel like your timeline here is about trusting your higher self, listening to your higher self, and understanding your true power and how much you know, because you do have the King of Scrolls here, which is your energy. It's about knowledge, you know. King of Forces is about power. So, Spirit, tell me some advice for Gemini. Feels like, yeah, there's that Akashic Library card popping out again. It's like a reset button, you guys. We're going to do something new. What do you want it to look like? Yeah, you could be getting some really cool ideas about, you know, I don't know, making things, you know, like whatever you're doing here with that, that's where your abundance is coming in. It's from like your higher self intuition and creative juices area, you know what I mean? Venus energy. I feel like also you are getting messages, you know, you could be like being turned on to you know, other realms, like feeling them, hearing them, understanding them. But I do feel like you're getting messages here about your path. You've got a lot of majors, Gemini. So this tells me that 6 major arcanas are telling me that you're on a spiritual path, you know? And it's time. I mean, it's almost time for you to like understand the bigger picture of you. You know, what that soul is really up to. What is it really? I mean, you could have been a divine physician in your prior life, you know? Or maybe you are now. Who knows? Maybe you're having access to read into the Akashic libraries, or maybe you're getting messages about your past lives. Those are important things too. Because if we know who we used to be, like in another life, it could give us clues to like us now, you know? Like what do we already know? If you were a divine physician in the past life, then I would say you still have some of that knowledge somewhere. You just have to tap into it, right? All right. So that's you, Gemini. Looks like you've been on an uphill climb for quite some time. Let's go to Libra. 11340. Libra. Tell me what's happening for Libra. Libra, this is all about you, isn't it? Yeah. Initiation of Count Saint Germain. So this first eclipse is happening for you, right, Libra? So it's going to affect you personally. Like, look at all these. I'm going to have to turn that camera around so you guys can see what I... If you guys you have already, all the cards are major. 6 of them out of 6. 7 out of 7. Oh, there you are. Queen of Scrolls. Okay, tell me one more. One more. The Architect. Okay, so I feel like you're building something here. Over here. But look at all these majors, man. You got the initiation And the Count Saint Germain, the Buddha prepares, the Oracle of Delphi, Reflection, Hilarion, the Ark of the Covenant, and the Light of the World. You always get the light of the Ark of the Covenant every single time, Libra. Let's just see what it says. This is you're living true to your contract. You're facing lessons and growth and working toward greater discoveries. Continue to work towards your higher purpose, which is to touch the world with your light. And it says, don't get pulled into emotional drama. All right. Just wanted to reiterate that because you guys, wow. Okay. So the first thing that I see happening is there's ascended master here, which is Saint Germain, and he's the one who helps you transmute energy, which is something I talk about all the time on this channel. It's taking shit energy and revamping it, looking at it another way, and realizing what good it had in your life or in your purpose, right? So I feel like there's a connection to ascended masters strong here, like new messages about what you can do to change your vibe, right? Because that's what it's about. You know, Saint Germain, yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that, but it's a pretty this whole guy's whole life was working with changing elements. You know what I mean? Changing the elements. And that's what it is for us too. We take pain and we turn it into power. You know what I mean? Just with one thought. And that's what's happening here. I feel like you're getting a big dose of that. I feel like you're maybe on that journey, right? The Buddha prepares. I feel like this is about heart activation. It's about finding your power within your own self and finding answers that come from within. I feel like when you go into this Buddha prepare energy, I feel like not only are you understanding about transmuting energy, but you're also understanding that you are the oracle, you know? Like you're the oracle. The thing about this Oracle of Delphi sometimes is you get these new messages, you get the psychic power, you get the whatever, but then sometimes you wonder if you're right about the delivery, like how you interpreted the message. I just did that. I just did a reading on my members only channel, and it was about messages that I received. And I didn't put them out on the public platform yet. I just didn't know if it even, I don't know. But I think that when you start getting the messages, what's hard is the interpretation. And you wonder, is this right? Am I delivering the correct message? We overthink it, because we're human and our mind tells us that whatever it tells us, right? I feel like there could be people coming in that are reflecting some kind of thing to you that brings up something, right? The reflection card here. This could be things in yourself that need to change, and other people are kind of showing you with their own behavior, something that you didn't know you did, but you recognize it in them. And it's kind of like a pivotal point, maybe that's something I need to change. Again, that's working with Saint Germain, I mean, that's what happens as we change the way we look. It's just our viewpoint that changes it, and so our outlook changes. And I also see Hilarion here, and it's about this card brings in the message that you need to be logical. You might need to do research. And absolutely pay attention to detail, especially about law or medical things. But this is also a card of spirit communication. It's also a card of ascended masters. So I feel like, I don't know what you know, your birth chart is, or your numerology or whatever. But I'm talking to Libra. I feel like, you know, I mean, you're definitely working with ascended masters here. And it could be just so that you can see your own light and trust your own interpretation of all the messages you're getting. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it is hard, but I question it. I think everybody does. Like, is that really what they were saying? You know? So this one is this 10 card, the light of the world. It's like spirit trying to talk to you and you're busy. So I feel like it's important that you realize that your higher self is involved. Very, you know, like it's your higher self that's causing all of this, right? And I think you know it. I think they're telling you. I see your third eye lit up here on this Queen of Scrolls, which is you. It's your energy, right? And I feel like some of you could be like building something new. This is an empire. This is a new truth, a new way. You're building it yourself. Let's get some, man. I mean, this is really crazy. Can you guys see the cards? Because I kind of feel like there's so many major arcanas here. I feel like if you guys want to take a screenshot, I don't know if you do or not, but let me see if I can. Let's see. All right. There you go. So that's all, you know, out of 9 cards, 7 were major. So Libra, this new year is going to be amazing for you because of the eclipse being in your sign and the south node. Big, huge reset button. You're on a whole new trajectory here, a whole new path, and it is 100% spirit. I feel like some of you are going to be mediums, some of you are, I don't know, maybe you're tarot readers, maybe you're, I don't know, writers, but you're sharing the message, you know. 3 of Roses. You're getting more excited. I feel like in this year, you're going to be excited. I think that, you know, some of you have the ability to see other realms. This one is talking about loving elementals. They're talking about fairies, really, is what they're showing me. Fairies and water nymphs. Lots of 3s here. So the bird's nest, I feel like a lot of changes going on in your home too, like where you live, what you're doing. I feel like this loving, peaceful, like feeding of the ones who are weaker. I do. I hope that makes sense, right? I'm sorry. I hope you got a picture if you wanted one. But so yeah, I feel like there's big changes for you. Big, big, big. I think the sky's the limit here. But a lot of knowledge about who the hell you really are, you know, as far as spirit is concerned. You have a big part in this big change that's happening with the eclipses and Pluto and all of that. Let's see. Aquarius. 123, 45. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty cool. Wow, wow. That was quite the reading, huh, Erica? Libras. It makes sense that there would be a lot going on in that, though, doesn't it? Aquarius. Let's look at Aquarius now. Okay. Balance. Strength. Okay. So it looks like there's something that's in your way that you have to move out of the way, but you're getting really strong is what I'm feeling, and balanced in your life. There's a lot of that coming in this year for you. I feel like what you're doing is you're understanding like this big mountain that you've been climbing is definitely worth it. And I'm getting chills. You have confidence. in yourself because of it. I feel like you've been working on something, and maybe it's like a hobby or something like that, but I feel like there's money coming in. I feel like you kind of are ignoring your higher self again. Like, I've seen this like a few times in the readings today. So it's like we're, like maybe collectively we're not getting understanding our higher self or hearing it very well or something like that. But it looks to me like there's something about children here. I think there's changes coming in for your children and possibly you too. I feel like your children become your focus. There could be a reconciliation with your child, right? You could be doing things like children, like maybe you're just hanging out with them and like really taking an interest in what they're doing. Because she's got like this little girl is like looking really close at a butterfly, like with a magnifying glass. She's like trying to see all of it. So I feel like there's kind of like this childlike energy that's coming in that's really bringing in a lot of happiness. I feel like you're feeling better about yourself. I feel like you're understanding like your confidence. I feel like I feel like what's happening to you is you're kind of like getting to this place where you're owning your truth and you're good about it. So when you have to clear this thing that's been in the way, when you have to clear that out of the way, I feel like it's there, but I don't think it looks as difficult because you have this other energy around you that's saying like there's all this strong stuff, and this is kind of over here to the right. Like it's an inconvenience, but it's not like the center of your reading. So I feel like there's something that needs to be taken out, and that could have something to do with the eclipses too, because they take things out of our life. We be ready for that, you guys. It's going to be shocking for some of us, like the things that get moved. I mean, the eclipse could actually move that log out for you too. Like you might not even really realize it's happening or that it will, but it is. You know what I mean? Like there's things that are in the way of you understanding your value or talking to your higher self. I promise it will be taken out. Like it could be a person or a hobby or just something that you do, right? So, I feel like you're working on something, and I feel like your money is going to increase here. Like whatever you're doing is good. You could be getting a promotion at work because you're a hard worker. And this two worlds card here. So this is kind of about balance too. It's kind of like that's you have a spiritual self, and you know that your higher self is trying to get a hold of you, but you're like, damn man, I gotta pay the rent, right? So it's kind of like you're stuck between the two. Like, I want to do that. Maybe that's what you have to clear out, is like a feeling like you're separate because you're not. You know what I mean? You can do both. You can. It just seems like the 3D world sometimes like really piles up, right? Because she's got laundry here. She's got like a spinning wheel, like she's trying to spin some yarn. Like she's doing a whole bunch of stuff, but then at the same time, she's got all these spiritual messages. But there is a way to work with that energy and get both, like people do it all the time. So I feel like I'm going to clarify the Seven of Scrolls. Tell me what that is, Spirit. Give me another card. The Oracle of Delphi. Psychic power increases. You have used this power in many past lives. So when it comes in, I feel like you're going to just understand it. You're going to feel it. That might be, like between two worlds, like you're working on your money and stuff. And then here comes this and you remember it. So I feel like there's a lot of changes here. Um, Kids, strength, balance. You're lots of balance. Give me some advice for Aquarius spirit. Archangel Gabriel. Okay, so he's the archangel of communication and truth. This is about gaining clarity. It could be about going to counseling, or it could be like working in counseling. Maybe you are a counselor, um, or maybe you're a writer. But it's a call to express your feelings. It's a call to write or publish something or speak something out loud, right? And this is something that spirit's going to give you. You know, you're getting a lot of incoming messages here. What's happening is you're trying to learn how to balance, like how to, you know, honor the spiritual part of you and like take care of your kids and pay the bills and spin the yarn, do the laundry, right? But I feel like you're getting like intuitive hits and communication from Gabriel, you know? And Gabriel, honestly, like Gabriel, let's think about the Bible story about him for 1 minute. Isn't he the guy or the angel that came and told Mary she was going to have a baby? And he told Joseph, like, you know, like, don't just throw this lady away. Like, you know, this is us. Like, right? So basically what I'm saying is the angel Gabriel has been known to be like come as a human. I mean, he definitely did, right? Or he came and talked to Mary, he came and talked to Joseph. So he is kind of like the mouthpiece between the biggest guy and the humans, according to Bible stories, right? So I kind of am feeling like you're getting some kind of messages about something that you know. You know, this is the Ace of Wands, so it's a great idea. It's like it's something that you get like in a, I don't know, in a vision or something like that. I feel like maybe what you're talking about is where you've been and how you find your strength. You know, how you got this big goddamn thing out of your way and just kept trekking right along, you know, how you found your balance. Maybe you're sharing those things. Because trust me, whenever we go through things, there's other people right behind us that have to go through stuff too. But if we figured it out, I mean, you know, it's like going into the self-help bookstore, like, you know, and like looking at what exactly you're going through. And there's 25,000 books, you know, and then, you know, you pick one up and you take it home and maybe you're doing something like that. You know, you're getting some kind of message about that. But I feel like whatever you're sharing, whatever you're communicating to other people, it's about where you've been. It's about how you climbed out of it and where you are now, which is strong, deep roots, peaceful, feeling great. I feel like there's a lot of big changes for you, Aquarius. All right. Water signs. Let's go to Cancer. Cancer 133. Cancer, tell me what's going on for Cancer spirit. Let me shuffle these a little bit better. Okay. Okay. So there's something that you've been stuck in that's going to come to an end. Like, again, with the ending of the cycles with the eclipse, right? It seems like you've been stuck here or you feel like it. You can climb out right now. That's the message of that card. Like, you think you're stuck in this place, but you're not. Like, you can climb out right now. So, some of you could be going on a journey, traveling, possibly. Maybe you're a mountain climber, or maybe you've been through some tough shit. You know what I mean? Like, this can also be talking about climbing the ladder of success, you know? Like there could be a promotion at work. You're a hard worker. You earned it. But I feel like the most important message is always in the center of the reading, and it is the light of the world. And that's the card that's saying, like, Spirit's knocking on your door and you're ignoring it. And I'm not quite sure why. You're working with the Archangel Michael this year and the Archangel Gabriel. So Michael's about strength, and this is saying, like, trust yourself and just go for it, whatever it is, whatever it is. I feel like you're going farther than you ever gone before. Like, I feel like you had some fear in the past, but now you got this Michael energy and you're like feeling some kind of beautiful way. And you're like, let me go further. It's called diversity. Let yourself go farther than you planned. Try new things. This is a period of expansion. So a lot of big growth coming in for you, Cancer. I feel like, some of you could be going on a journey, right? You got a couple 3 7s here. I don't know what that means, but 7 7 7. 7 of roses, 7 of scrolls, 7 of keys. Now, 7s generally can mean, well, confusion. It can mean a word fight, or like shady behavior. It can mean not knowing if your path has been worth it or not, right? That's what in the regular tarot those things mean. You also have 2 5s here, so I don't know. You might want to look those up later. You also have a 16 card that adds up to another 7, so you really have 77, 77. So you might honestly really want to dig into that, because I don't think this, especially this deck, there's no mistakes here, Okay, so I feel like you got wish fulfillment coming here, and it's directly related to Archangel Michael and understanding that strength and being able to go as farther than you ever gone before, right? This is because your higher self is guiding you there. Your higher self knows what is wanted, what is needed, and what wish fulfillment really is, and it's going right toward it. And I don't know if you guys are like, it looks like it could be like a journey by water. So it looks like it's a city. There's boats here. So I don't know if you're doing some traveling, but it says that you're going in a small boat, right? According to this card. And you might not be able to take everything you want. You got to leave something behind. And I think it's this. I think it's this, whatever that idea is here. You feel trapped. This could be about addiction, beliefs, unhappy relationship. And it's saying, like, if you do nothing, it causes more damage. And it's saying, like, you can get out of this right now. So whatever that is for you, Cancer, you know what I mean? It told us what it could be, right? But this journey card, it's like, once you decide to leave that thing behind, it's like you're embarking on a whole new journey. Like there's a new opportunity, a better opportunity, right? And it might feel like it's an uphill climb, like, right? Should I try? Yeah, you should try. When you apply yourself, you can do anything. That's the message on this card. When you apply yourself, you can do anything. So I feel like you're leaving something behind. You're moving into a new timeline, really. One where you're strong, one where you are connected to your higher self. Your higher self is like taking you to everything you could ever dream of here. And then Gabriel's here. This is about being called to express your truth, your feelings. You might write, publish, speak. Could even be mediumship or teaching, even, right? But it is about communication, and it's a number 3 card, and that's always angelic presence for me. So I feel like there's a lot of pretty cool stuff coming in for you this year. Wish fulfillment. There could be new love coming in too. But what I'm feeling like even more than that is well, you got divine healer here too. So maybe that's one of the things. Like once you leave this off, whatever that is, whatever that caught in the ruins is, I mean, you could have such bigger things coming and who you are. Maybe you're teaching people that they're healers. It's about what you think about, you bring about. This person is like almost doing Reiki on somebody. I feel like this picture looks like kind of like Jesus. And I don't know how you guys feel about Jesus, but I fucking have always loved that whole vibe of that guy. You know what I mean? Like when I was first trying to like leave religion, like just like God, it was so hard to like fight my way out of those old beliefs, but I kept hanging on to him because I was thinking like, but look at all of the beautiful things about him. You know what I mean? Like he had it going on, didn't he? So I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say something that's coming into my mind right now, but I feel like Christ consciousness coming in collectively, but definitely for you, Cancer. Like a Christ consciousness, understanding. Like think about how like he was portrayed, you know what I mean? He healed people. People could just touch his garment and be healed, right? But the the cool part about him is that he was tapped in to his soul, to his connection to God, source energy, whatever you want to call it. He knew, and that's why he had all of that power. And you want to know what I really think is coming? That collectively across the board. I feel like, well, there's going to be some people that aren't going to do it or whatever, right? They're not going to get there. But I kind of feel like this energy right now with the eclipses and the reset button and being focused on ourselves with that North Node in Aries, like it's coming right to us. Like it's our own human being, that we're understanding about. And that's what he did. He knew. He knew he could do anything. He just did. He knew he could do it, and so he did it. And I feel like collectively, that's what all of us are doing. Leaving our mark. Leaving our mark with our love, with our power. I feel like Cancer, I feel like you're committing yourself to this life, this path. And it's really beautiful. You have got a lot of major arcanas here, which tells me that, I mean, this is all written down just so for you, you know? So that's what I think. I hope that made sense to you guys about the whole Jesus thing. People ask me what I believe all the time, and it's very hard for me to just say what I think. But I feel like we're all capable of having Christ consciousness. And I think that the Bible talks about a great rapture, and I feel like a lot of people are expecting that, but I feel like what's really happening is an awareness, a deep awareness, and I think we're all capable of having Christ consciousness, being able to heal, touch with our energy, with you know what I mean, heal, love, all of it, everything he did. I think we all have the capability of doing it. It's just a matter of where are you at with your body, mind, soul relationship. Where are you at with it? Because if all three things are aligned, which they absolutely were for him, like if we aligned that same way, we're not less than him. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's what I think is happening this year. And I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I think people are just waking up to the fact that, oh my God, my soul is amazing. This thing that runs me, is so powerful. It's almost scary, right? Because it really is. Like once you kind of like start tapping in and get the messages in, it can be scary, but just trust yourself, right? Gratitude. Oh, Spirit. I am grateful for... I'm grateful that I know all that stuff about Jesus. You know, I talk about my religious upbringing a lot like it's negative, but God, I learned a lot. I do know the Bible. I do know it. And like, I'm grateful that I know all of that stuff about, because I think, thanks, Erica. Scorpio is next. I know somebody asked like 2 hours ago, where's Scorpio? Here we are. Scorpio, what's coming up for Scorpio with this new year, with the new equinox? What can be expected in this most auspicious time in life? Queen of Keys, knowing your value, could be. Reflection, diversity. Hilarion. That one's come out a lot too. So there must be a lot of spirit communication going on, especially now, you know, with the veil being so thin. And there's a lot of people at Two Worlds. I mean, think about how many cards are here. I'm only pulling 9, and it's like I'm getting the same, pretty much the same, you know, a lot of the same cards. Okay. So you got Hilarion, the Akashic library is here again, and this Ascent, the 7 of Keys. This has been out here so many times. I feel like what's happening is you're kind of like starting to understand your value on the planet in the bigger realm, right? I think in the center is the 2 of Scrolls, and so this is kind of about the two things. It's kind of like, do I listen to my body? Do I listen to my soul? Where do I put my energy? You know, you're seeing the difference between what is needed to be a human being and then what the spiritual experience is really like, right? And I feel like that's like the center of your read. So I kind of feel like you're kind of looking at yourself like Queen of Keys. You're understanding your value on this planet, and in like the 3D realm. But you're also tapping in here with Hilarion, which is an ascended master. And I feel like, you know, you could be learning something different. Like maybe you're receiving messages. Again, this is about spirit communication. It's about researching. And again, it's about science and truth, healing, logic, and knowing. And being logical, right? Doing research, paying attention to details. So, on one hand, like this could be a message of like, if you're dealing with something legal or medical or something, like do yourself a favor and be educated. Knowledge is power. And I just feel like, you know, this Hilarion guy, he's the ascended master of research. So, you do want to research. If you're dealing with anything like that, like just, you know, I mean, definitely is a message here. But also, you've got all these like see-through beings here that are guiding, that are directing. Maybe you can see them. You know, maybe that's something new that's coming in. And it can be a little freaky, you know? Again. So here you got the Akashic Library. Again, this could be about writing a book. It could be about publishing something. It could be about just expressing, you know, your truth. But it's about heightened intuition, and it's also about self-creation. So if we have a reset button, and that is true, what do you want the next chapter to look like? Have you started writing it yet? I think you should. I feel like you should allow yourself to explore places you've never gone before. You know what I mean? Like with the spiritual realm or whatever you're doing. Like this is a period of growth and expansion. This whole year it's going to be growth and expansion, big huge changes in our world. So some of you could be traveling, but I still am getting this thing where it's saying like, Scorpio, go farther than you have before. You know, don't limit yourself to what you already know. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that Libra South Node. And what we're doing is we're leaving behind the South Node and we're going to the North Node that's in Aries, right? So if it's something you already know and something you've already done, somewhere you've already been, maybe you need to like explore something you don't know. And that's what the nodes are about. It's like you already know this whole Libra thing, you know, like you've been living in this for a while. Now it's time. That's the closing out with the lunar eclipse, right? That cycle, that karmic cycle ending, South Node. Leave it behind you. You already learned the lesson and get on with it. Go forward, which is toward Aries right now, right? I don't know where your North Node is, but it's right now in Aries. So it's leaving. So that's what's happening. We're walking away from the stuff we know. We've already know it. And what you know is that when you apply yourself, you can do whatever you want. You already know that. You've been through it and you're reflecting on it. And you're like, you know what? I do have value. I feel like there could be some, I don't know, like this card is about, it's Three of Forces. It's got a little bird's nest here. It's got a mama bird feeding all these babies. It's got a butterfly here saying like transformation occurring. So I don't know, but I'm wondering if you're helping out others in some way. If that's part of your year this year. And definitely maybe going on a trip. So you could be moving too, but this is about broadening your horizons. Remember when I was saying that? Like, have you done it before? Remember, you're walking away, you're leaving what you already know. You already learned it. Why are you still there? Get the hell out of there. Go toward the north, your north, right? Your true north. So, this is about broadening your horizons, looking farther than you have before. And it's telling me that you could be traveling or relocating, but whatever this is, whatever this movement is, it leads to endless possibilities for you, you know? So whatever this change is, maybe you're even writing it into existence here. This is a pretty good reading. I feel like you're doing a lot. You're going, learning some new things, going somewhere. Okay, so I feel like there could be children. There could be a reconciliation from a children. I feel like there's something here about this. So this is your advice. Maybe leading with love, examining your commitment, Ace of Roses, which is Ace of Cups, new beginning, new love, right? And then the Archangel Michael. So I feel like, this is kind of like, this is your advice. Someone's coming in. It could be a child. It could be your child, right? Maybe that's why this bird's nest is here. But I feel like there's some kind of reconciliation with the child here, or there's a big change for a child, and you guys get together and there's like a new really great beginning. Spirit is saying like your energy right now reflects Michael's strength, right? And so no matter what you're doing, like people are seeing that strength and that glow around you. So trust yourself. Wherever your higher self is leading you, or whatever you and your higher self decide you want the next chapter of your life to look like, just trust it. Trust it. Because you're surrounded, You are working with an ascended masters here. You've got 4 major arcanas. So I feel like Michael is a big part of it. Hilarion is a big part of it, which, this could be about mediumship or like communication with the other side. And then the Akashic library, like just setting it down in writing. Like this is I am this, I am that, right? Like you're almost like writing your hopes and dreams and future life into existence. So I feel like that's important. But there's something really kind of cool coming in here about a child, a reconciliation or something. And I think the reason that they're so drawn to you is because of your energy. You have that Michael energy, which is really glowing and beautiful. 15531. Okay, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Spirit, tell me what's going on for our Pisces people. Pisces, you are housing what? Neptune right now? I think. Maybe. I don't know. I forgot. Okay. Pisces. Let me just shuffle these one more time. I don't want to get the same one. I mean, unless they're supposed to come out. Sometimes when I don't shuffle them very good, they just start popping out. Okay. Pisces. Oops, King of Cups. That's you, isn't it? Are you guys going on a trip? Somebody's either going on a trip or Spirit is saying like you are on the right track. I feel like you could go in a few different directions. It's up to you. I feel like you might have a little bit of fear in going on this journey, like whatever it is. You have a little fear, like, can I do it? Am I balanced enough? It could be about going on a trip. Okay. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas out of 9. Very good. So, okay. You could meet someone on a trip. That could be like a soul friend, 2 of Cups. I feel like you're having a challenge here in the center of your read. You know, it's a challenge to keep your balance. It's a challenge to not let fear get the best of you. Like maybe you're just facing something really fucked up. You know what I mean? Like it looks like this boat's on fire and you're like the lookout. Right? And that's in the center of your read. But right above it is telling me that Ace of Scrolls saying like, this is where you're supposed to be. This is what you planned. You know, you're right on track. So here's someone coming in to save the day, and it's Gabriel. I feel like you're understanding something here. You're getting clarity with the angel, with Gabriel. I feel like probably most of you have some kind of healing ability because you're a Pisces and you're so intuitive. So why wouldn't you? This could also be what I was talking about before with Christ consciousness, like with the divine physician. I feel like maybe you're getting messages that you are a healer and maybe it scares you. It's a change in the way you've been doing things. And it could be a little scary to like, you know, but you've got 2 archangels here, Gabriel and Raphael. Raphael is a miracle worker. So here's what I feel like. I mean, if there's somebody that's sick, I feel like there's a great healing coming for you. I really do. Just, it makes me almost want to cry, but I just got this feeling like you're in the center here and you feel like you're going to fall and you're scared and you don't know what to do. Like it's kind of like, I don't know, like you didn't see it coming, you know? I don't know why I'm feeling all teary-eyed about that, but Here's what I really feel like. There's someone out there who's sick, who's going to have a healing. So there's a miracle coming, whoever you are. You have a miracle coming, and it's part of the plan. And I think this could have something to do with like you understanding maybe your journey. You know what I mean? Um, I almost can't get anything else. I know all Pisces can't be ill, but maybe there's someone around you that is, or whatever. I don't, you could be going on a trip. I need to get out of this energy. It's really scary. Can you give me some advice for Pisces, Spirit? Yeah. It's telling me that your battle has been, or your life has been kind of like an uphill battle. You know what I mean? And so what they're telling me is like, don't forget how strong you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you apply yourself, you can do anything. And I feel like you are a master. Like you're working on a master something. Maybe ascended master. I wonder what your life path number or your soul urge number might be, Pisces. But I feel like it's time for you to, like within this year, I feel like you're going to be being called to share what you know about spiritual things, how you got where you are. Because I feel like you have a complete healing coming. I think it's going to completely change who you are, because you're going to know it was a miracle. It was a miracle, Pisces. And I feel like it's here where you start to share your knowledge. Now, whether you're the one providing the miracle or you're the one receiving the miracle, I feel like there's some message here about sharing what you know about ascension, about healing, about miracles, about your journey, your human journey as the King of Cups. What's it been like? King of Cups, thoughtful, supportive, they're balanced. They stand up for the people they love, you know? So, this is a really beautiful reading. Pisces. You really could have a lot to share. Whatever this is, it's huge. And it's all coming in one after the other. It's like you're scared, and then this miracle comes in. There's a healing. And then you tell people about it. You tell people about how you got there, what your journey's been like. Spirit, can you tell me what the miracle is? Like, I keep feeling like it's a healing, like a huge healing. It could be about like past memories, though. Higher self activation. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Is you're telling people about your history and how you got through it. Because I do see like you've played a rough game here in your life, right? Lots of trials, lots of tribulations, lots of like this kind of energy. The lookout, the boat's on fire, it's a challenge. Could fall. It's about balance. you know, so I don't know. So some of you could be moving or taking like something to a new level. There might be better opportunities, and you might have to leave something behind because it looks like you're traveling light here, you know? I do feel like money looks good. It's also talking here about expressing yourself publicly, like sharing what you know publicly. So, because you are a master, right? You're a master at something, an ascended master, perhaps, or working on that. I mean, I don't see any ascended master cards here, but I'm getting that vibe. Like you're actually mastering something that is really, really difficult. And whenever you do something like that, I just feel like it's important to, you know, share that knowledge. And I don't know, maybe you're healing yourself, even, you know, divine physician. Maybe you just figure out, you know, that Christ consciousness and it changes the way you look at everything. But I kind of feel like if you're writing, it might be something like, well, look at the muses at the bottom either, even. So it could be that, but like it might be like the journey of being the King of Cups, you know, like not that that has to be the name of it, but like I just think like water signs could be really kind of emotional signs. They're also very tapped in signs. And Pisces is like, well, I just feel like it's one of the most, I don't know, gifted, like they, I don't know, spiritually. I mean, anyway, I'm gonna go. I just feel like Mercury retrograde. Go home. I need to go take a salt bath and wash it off me or something. I feel like I can't talk today, and I'm sorry, Erica. Thanks for hanging in there with me. It just hasn't been the greatest, huh? I love you. Have a great day.